Hey, what's up? This is Scott with Level Up Tutorials. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about JSX, and specifically, we're going to be using conditionals to modify different properties in our JSX. We're going to show you how you can do that really nicely and follow some best practices. Let's get started now. Okay, so we're doing pretty good here. Now let's go ahead and make this a little bit nicer. For instance, we need some sort of indication when we check this, more than just that this is checked, right? Because that's not really that impressive. So let's head to our code here, and we're going to go to the single resolution. Now, what we're going to do in this video is we're going to explore sort of class names. We're going to do some conditional stuff. I'm going to show you why this is a little bit weird in React. So let's check out this render function. What we want to do is we want to toggle a class of checked onto this list item. Now, in other things, you could do like an ngIf sort of thing. What we want to do is we want to say const, and we're going to make a new constant variable, and this is going to be the resolution class. So we can say resolution class is going to be equal to, now let's just have a ternary condition here where we can say this dot props dot resolution dot complete is we want to see if this is complete, then we want this to have a class of checked. And otherwise, we want this to have no class. Okay, so you can see here we're defining a new variable resolution class, and if this is equal to true, then set it to checked. Otherwise, do not set anything to checked. Now we can add this class on our list item by saying class name is equal to, and then within brackets we can say resolution class. So now it's going to grab this value, and when we assign something a new class, it's going to update and grab us either grab us checked or unchecked. Cool. So let's go back to our document now. And as you can see, without doing anything, we already have this grayed out. So do handstands is still there, but beautiful. It's checked and grayed out. Cool. Let's actually make this a little bit more interesting here. I'm actually going to head to my styles, and I have this really basic transition mix-in where it just adds a transition of 0.3 seconds. Let's go ahead and search for checked. So you can see I'm changing the color of checked to be CCC. I'm not actually making it more transparent. I'm just changing the color. Let's go ahead and actually add a transition onto this. On the list item, I can do that simply by using that mix-in I just told you about and just say trans like that. Just a simple trans function like so, and we're going to get an instant transition on this thing. Now when we check these, it just fades out. It's just nicer. Yeah, that's not too important, but it's certainly just a little nice thing. You know, these little transitions, when not overdone, can be just add nice things to your experience. Cool. So let's go ahead, and now that we have that, let's check out. We want to actually display, in addition to this, we want this to display that this is complete. So let's come back here. So we did this where we had a conditional displaying whether or not this is a class here. Let's do something very, very similar. I'm actually going to zoom out my code slightly. Hopefully it's not too hard to read. We can say const status, and status is going to be equal to this dot props dot resolution dot complete again, and we're going to have a question mark here. If this is complete, then we're going to set this constant variable of status equal to, and this is where it gets interesting. We can actually put HTML here. We can say span with a class name of completed. We can say this class with a class name of completed and have the text be completed. Close out this span, and this is pretty interesting here. We can now have a colon once more and say or nothing. So if this is completed, then this variable is now going to be set to this HTML element. Otherwise, show us nothing. Now let's actually go ahead and drop in status into our code. And because, like I said, we have access to straight JavaScript when we use these brackets, let's just head after our text here. Let's make a new line. We can put brackets and just simply say status. This is going to be referring to this variable right here. Let's check back to our page, and we should see we get this beautiful completed right here. When we check it off, completed. Awesome. Super cool. So as you can see here, doing this sort of conditional thing in this JSX, what we're not doing is we're not throwing these in line here. We're not doing like an if this in line. The best practice is to keep your conditionals outside of your return statement. Now, you might be thinking, well, we checked this .props.resolution twice. Couldn't we have just declared both of these variables and then done if this .props.resolution? Yeah, you absolutely could have done that, but this is in 2 lines, and to me this reads really nicely. If this doesn't read nicely to you, you can certainly declare your variables and then set them inside of an if statement. But for me, I just like the nice compactness of this. So as you can see, simply by having this variable not equal to anything, we don't get any markup on our page. There's nothing here. When we check, it shows up. Now we still have one more security lesson to learn, of which we're going to go over in another video coming up. And we also have some React techniques to go over. And I'm going to be showing you how to get some nice fancy animations going on this thing in no time at all. They're going to be super fancy. So as always, if you have any questions or comments, leave a comment in the video, hit me up at Twitter or Facebook at Level Up Tutorials. I'd love to hear from you. If you want to help support these videos and you want to watch the rest of them before they're available on YouTube, head to store.leveluptutorials.com and you can purchase this entire series along with extra content, extra videos, code examples, and stuff like that. You can see everything that's available on store.leveluptutorials.com. If you want to get discounts on series that are available only on the store, head to either the store or leveluptutorials.com and sign up for our newsletter, where I can keep you updated as to what new series are coming out, what projects I'm working on, and give you discounts to the Level Up store. As always, this is Scott. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.